it's home, I'll let it in.
All right. Thank you so much. Hi, Maril and Matthew. How are you guys doing?
Good, how are
Good.
you?
Are you?
I'm really good. Thank you. Well, I wanted to start off just chatting about part two. In part one, there were a lot of battle sequences, a lot of action. When it comes to part two, is that going to continue, or is the theme going to be more emotional character development? Like, are there different themes and a different tone for part two compared to part one of season 7?
I would say there's going to be a lot of battles, but they're going to be emotional battles.
Oh, that was nice.
Love it. What do you think, Meryl?
I mean, he couldn't have said it any better than that. I mean, it is such a roller coaster of emotions in the second half of the season, and it's kind of gut punch after gut punch. So, yeah, emotional battles, I think, is the perfect way to describe it.
I love that. And when it comes to the two of you, you've been attached to this project from the beginning. Is that 12 for 13 years at this point?
We're
Yes.
like two of the originals, and it's actually it's been almost a little longer, but yeah, it's been a crazy wild ride.
hmm And now you there's kind of an end in sight. You're working on the last season. How, as the captains of this ship, how do you keep up that inspiration and that passion and just stay refreshed when it comes to seeing Outlander through? Because I'm sure it must be exhausting. How do you stay in it and not get burned out or phone it in?
I mean, I would say for me, we're very blessed in that there aren't so many shows out there that you get to interact with the fans the way we do, and their continued excitement never wanes. And when all through the year, people want to talk about it, are excited to see things that come out, can't get enough material. That just can't help but energize you. So when people love it, and we're not curing cancer, but I think we're doing something that people love, and that's exciting to us to do that. And certainly makes coming back every year something we look forward to.
Awesome.
Yeah, I agree. The fans, knowing that there is this huge audience out there that devours everything that you do. Imagine making or cooking a great meal and you putting it on the table and somebody eats every single thing and licks the plate and wants more. That's rewarding in a lot of ways. So
Absolutely. Well, you guys are doing great work. So keep it up. Keep that enthusiasm going. One last quick question. Now in these later seasons, you are pulling from multiple books, adapting stories. Do you find that's easier to kind of pull here, pull there, as opposed to doing one book per season? Has it gotten easier or has it gotten harder?
book, the first season was in a weird way the most straightforward. The book starts, point A and goes to point, Z, and it's very linear the way it works. After that, it's timelines, back and forth, 20-year jumps, all that became very challenging to put on screen. In the books, you can, say Claire's 20 years older and you imagine what she looks like. But when you have to show that she's 20 years older, and then you have to go back and forth in timelines, sometimes in the same season, that becomes very, very difficult over the course of, and we find that to be very challenging as a production. So the answer would be easy. Outlander is never easy, but with pulling from different books and pulling from different timelines and stuff becomes massively challenging to everybody, even the cast. Imagine you're doing a scene, from 20 years ago when you're in a flashback. Well, you act differently, you are different, and then they have to kind of conjure up what they felt like in those years. So it's tougher on everybody.
Well, they're doing a fantastic job. And that's my time. Thank you both so much. Have a great day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
MacKenzies.